All right, hello, this is Sarah from Coyote Tarot, and today we're talking all things January. It's my January roundup and ramblings, because it's just a mishmash of stuff from January. So firstly, my little channel reached 100 subscribers in the month of January, and that is so great. I read a tweet on Twitter once, many years ago, where someone had said trying to get big on Twitter is like standing alone in a room talking to yourself and hoping that people walk by and hear you and think you're cool. So I kind of feel like YouTube is the same. Like you're just kind of talking to a camera and you hope that people stumble upon your channel and relate to your content. So that's pretty cool. I think it's at 150 now. So that's pretty cool that 150 people are liking what I'm putting down. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. I appreciate you. And I hope that you all love TarotTube just as much as I do, because I'm obsessed with it. Every night I go on YouTube and I'm checking out all the stuff from TarotTube. And I'm really sad when I can't find new videos. Like, I'm like, oh, I've seen that. So I'm going to try and put out content. Now, February is going to be a little bit slower because I did the 31 days of tarot videos for January. I did 5 days at a time. So it was like roughly a video a week, a little more, and February is not going to have that. So the content for February is going to be a little bit slower unless someone comes out with a hashtag that I am feeling. But yeah, so January was a busy month for my little channel, and thanks again to everyone who stumbled across it and subscribed. You are awesome. I also did my first ever collection video in January, and I was kind of not really sure if I wanted to do it for several reasons. I am not a collector. I use all of my tarot decks. I do not want to purchase a tarot deck and never use it. I'm the kind of person that has to use something, or to me, like I have to see it. I have to use it. I have to have my hands on it. I have to make use of it. So having all of the decks that I have felt a little bit overwhelming, and doing that video was just kind of like a smack in the face to show myself that, okay, you got to slow down. Like, I've been doing tarot for a little over a year seriously, and I have 40 decks. Well, like 39 maybe right now, I don't know. So no thank you, I don't need that much. So I did that video mostly to kind of remind myself of what I have, but also I do like sharing with other people what decks I have, and, you know, kind of giving an opinion about how I feel about those decks. So if I'm going to keep them, if I'm going to get rid of them, yada, yada, yada. And along with that video, I started a purgatory bin for that reason. So this is the year I'm going to get rid of some decks, and I might have to be a little bit ruthless, which I struggle with, even with everything like getting rid of clothes, getting rid of shoes. I might need that pair of shoes one day, so I don't want to get rid of them. But if you're not using them, you should get rid of it. If it's not an F yes, get rid of it. So that's something I'm going to be working on this month majorly, or this year, I guess, majorly, is trying not to purchase as much, but also getting rid of what is no longer calling my name, basically. Getting rid of things that are not an F yes. So I also did purchase some runes that were delivered in the month of January. I think I purchased them in December, but they got here in January. I'm obsessed with them. I haven't worked with them in the last couple of weeks. So the first couple of weeks of January, I was working with them, trying to learn them, trying to figure them out. So I'm really excited to use those along with my tarot. So that'll be something I'll keep you guys updated on. I'm brand new to runes. I have no idea what any of them mean. I have to look up every single one. So little bit of learning curve, but I'm excited to incorporate something different, something that's not a card, into my tarot practice. That's one of the main reasons why I purchased it, was because I wanted something different aesthetically. I wanted, I'm not into charms and stuff like that, not yet anyway. The night is young, but I wanted something a little bit different, a little bit of a different feel than a card, basically. So I posted a few days ago. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch it because it was just recently. I ended up posting it a lot later than I wanted to with the 31 Days of Tarot videos. It was just too much for me to post it in January, so I saved it for February, my Tarot on the Go video. And I told you guys that I would tell you the results of that. So out of the 3 decks that I packed, one was not touched. That was the Golden Art Nouveau. No one was interested in that. Initially, people were drawn to the Reflective Tarot, so we did kind of play around with that one first, but then once they saw the dog deck, that was it. It was the dog deck from there on out. Now, remember how I said that you kind of have like expectations about how something's going to go, and then it doesn't end up going that way? Well, that's kind of what happened. We did do tarot readings. We did a lot of tarot readings, but it was very impromptu, and it was very like, people were like rapid firing questions at me, and I didn't write anything down. I didn't use the notebook, and I have some regrets about that, because it's so nice to be able to go back. Like, one of the guys was asking about his fishing season, how his summer fishing season was going to go. It was very basic. It was going to be a good fishing season for him, so I remember that one. But the other ones that I don't really remember, it would have been nice to write them down, and then a few months from now be able to go back and say, oh, did this come true, or is this something that made sense in hindsight now, blah, blah, blah. So note to self, always write things down, always. So I kind of regret not writing things down, but like, it was impossible. They were rapid firing questions at me. I did get to use my incense, so that was a treat. My Hibby incense matches. I also used my spray. I did not even take a single crystal out of their pouches. I didn't use any crystals. And I think that was just because it was so rushed. It wasn't like okay, everyone, we're going to do tarot readings right now, and I sit down and I kind of get my space ready. It wasn't really like that. Like, my bag was just kind of sitting on the kitchen island, and someone was like, what's this? So I opened it and showed them, and then things kind of started happening from there. So normally I would use my crystals, but they didn't get touched. Tea light did not get touched either. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say about my tarot on the go, but I'm obsessed with my little tarot bag, and I'm obsessed with how perfect it worked. It was so great, and I will be using that bag from now on. And oh yeah, we also didn't use the Oracle deck, not once. No one touched the Oracle deck either. But again, it wasn't like an official reading setting. Like I said, if I had time to like go sit down at a table, get my space set up, get all the decks set up, I think it would have gone differently. But it was just like, and then we were on to something else. But it was still fun. I had a lot of fun. They loved the dog deck, so good purchase. I'm glad I bought that. All right. So what have I been working with this month as far as crystals go? I was called to use my green Moonstone, or Garnierite, for the month of January. And I don't know why. Again, it's just, I will look at my crystal table and just kind of pick what I feel drawn to use that month. And by use, I really just mean keep it close. I don't really do anything specific. I don't necessarily meditate. I'm a very tactile person, so if I'm watching TV or something, I will hold this and just kind of like pass it around in my hands, or if I'm laying back, just kind of set it on my chest, and just having the weight of it feels good. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing with them. I have meditated with crystals, I know how, but it's just, I don't know. I think it's more of the tactile thing and more of like a color therapy, like what color crystal am I drawn to use this month? Now, this green Moonstone does have some blue flash in it a little bit. It looks like most of the ends here, but yeah, this is one of my favorites. I really like working with green moonstone around the full moon as well. So that was why I purchased this one here from a local metaphysical shop. So that is what I was kind of hanging out with for the month of January. And then I kind of told myself I was going to keep my crystal purchases to a minimum for 2022. And in January, I bought 2. So also not off to a good start. But I found this crystal shop in Woodstock, Ontario that I had to stop in, and they had some different things that I've not seen before. So I did end up coming out of there with 2 crystals. The first one is this Sodalite Tower, and the color blue is, I don't even know what to say about it. It just struck me. They had a few that were this, I don't know, this is almost like an indigo to me. It's just so stunning. And I do love Sodalite. I think there's a Sodalite mine in Thunder Bay, I want to say, Ontario. So I love that it's kind of a local, whether that one's local or not, I don't know, but I know there is a huge Sodalite mine in Ontario. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, that color was just screaming at me. And the other thing I purchased was this Rhinoceros. I've not seen a rhino in crystal form, but this is pink aventurine. And I don't own any pink aventurine. I'd never even heard of it before. So I like kind of adding things that I don't already have to my collection. So I didn't have a rhino and I didn't have pink aventurine. So he came home with me. So I did make 2 crystal purchases this month. Oh well, what can you do? And as far as books, so I still have this tarot book that I keep telling myself I'm going to read, and I have yet to open it. I will do it. I did not do it for January, but what I did find, I was looking for something totally unrelated, and I found the illustrated guide to Zodiac by Judy Hall. This is crazy. This is super old. I remember getting this for Christmas from my mother, and I don't know that I really ever read too much into it at the time, but I found it. This was published in 1999, and I don't know, I read through it. I definitely read mine, which was accurate. So this book was a gem to find in my closet, and I thought it was super cool that it was really old, and I was able to pick it back up and dive into it a little bit and really enjoy it. It was very, like I said, it was very accurate. So that's kind of what I played around with in January for books. My Kobo is still broken, but my birthday's coming up, so I will use birthday money if I get some towards that. So decks. Let's talk decks that came into my collection when I'm not supposed to be getting any more. I hate calling it my collection. My possession, decks that came into my possession, decks that I purchased. Well, that's better. So in one of my videos in January, I can't remember which one, I did talk about a pre-order for the Harry Potter Oracle that comes out February the 8th, and I pre-ordered it from Amazon. Lisa Pepez had talked about it in one of her videos. That's how I heard about it. I've canceled my pre-order. Amazon posted more photos of it, and although I don't mind it, I don't hate it, it's just not my jam. It wasn't an F yes, so I did cancel my pre-order for that. However, what I did then do was turn around and order a Harry Potter inspired deck from Paper de Lune, I think. Paper de Lune or Paper de Lune? Paper de Lune, I think, which hasn't come in yet. So that'll probably not come in. I'm not expecting it anytime soon. It's coming from the UK, I believe, so it's not here. We'll talk about it probably in the next month video. But yeah, so I did that instead. But I canceled one, so yay me. But then early in January, I got the Prism Oracle, and I was kind of on the fence about this, so I'm kind of surprised I even purchased it in the first place. But I thoroughly enjoy this deck. It's not really something that I would normally go for. It's not really something that's my style. I do love the gilding on the side. It's kind of like this iridescent gold. I really like it. But what really gets me about this deck is the guidebook. Because when I look at some of these cards and I see the keywords, I feel like I'm almost predisposed to my opinion of that word. But then when you look it up in the guidebook, it offers a completely different perspective, I have found. And it's been very refreshing. So I've really been using these along with the guidebook when you probably would initially think you wouldn't have to, because the keywords are very basic and it's the colors are, very basic. But I really recommend using the guidebook along with it, because some of the messages in the guidebook has been really surprising in a very positive way. So I've really enjoyed that one. The other deck I purchased was the Prism Oracle. And I talked about this in some of my January videos. The pre-order for the 3rd edition, I don't know if it's over yet. It might still be available. This is the 2nd edition. So the creator had lost a few boxes, or the creators, it was DHL, who had lost their shipping boxes back in the summer for the 2nd edition. And then they just showed up on her porch one day. So the creator actually posted these for a discounted rate on their website, and I jumped all over it. So I've only used this deck a few times for myself, and for my pick a card videos, we do a Wellness Wednesday with just my friends. So some of these messages can be pretty hard hitting. So what I did was I just sent out a video and I said, if you would like a reading with these cards, let me know and I will pick a card specifically for you and send you the picture and the guidebook meaning. Because I just felt like doing a pick a card reading with just this deck didn't feel right. It almost feels like people need a specific card for themselves. So initially, I saw this on Kickstarter and I didn't want it because I didn't connect with the beings on this, in this art. Like I don't know why, but I just didn't connect with them. And now I love them. I don't know what I was thinking the first time. I wish I would have got the Kickstarter version. But the 2nd edition is totally fine. I am enjoying it. I'm using it for myself as well. So I have really enjoyed the Prism Oracle, and it's definitely going to stay in my collection. There's 88 cards in that deck. That's crazy. The other thing, going back to Harry Potter, this is not tarot related. Well, I mean, I guess it can be, but I purchased a couple playing card decks because I want to start learning crib? Which one is it? I don't even know. I am not a card game person. I do not like card games. I don't know why. I think because when I was a kid, I never played them. So as an adult, my friends have tried to teach me how to play euchre, I don't know how many times, and I just cannot wrap my head around it. I can't. So we're starting small. We're going to do crib with my mom. She's going to teach me how to do it. But I found the perfect playing cards from Theory 11. Take a look at that. Harry Potter. So these cards, I'm going to show you some here. I really want to show you the quartz because they are pretty cool. Now, my understanding, from Theory 11, you can get different houses. Like I purchased Gryffindor, the red. You can get Slytherin, all of them. But the only thing to my knowledge that's different is the box color. I'm pretty sure everything else in the deck is the exact same. The court cards are for sure the exact same. I know that. But I just went with the one Gryffindor I'm losing my words here. I'm just so stunned by the, I love them. I love the detail in even the numbered cards, the non-court cards. It's just pretty awesome. But yeah, so I went with Gryffindor just because I liked the look of the red and gold box the best. I'm not like necessarily a Gryffindor fan. I personally feel I would totally be in Hufflepuff, but I just like the red and gold box. So this, I am so excited to use this deck. And like I said, it's from Theory 11. If anyone else is interested, I'm obsessed. I love it. So I had to include that in this video because it was something that I purchased in January, and I did talk about the Harry Potter Oracle. So whatever. Yeah, and then here's the backs of the cards. And I think the backs are different for each deck. Like if you have Slytherin, I think they're green, and etc. You know, yellow and blue, whatever. But yeah, so that's it for me for the month of January. I do have a couple decks in the mail that will probably get here, I'm guessing, in February. One deck for sure will get here in March because they're doing a pre-order and they're not mailing them out until March. So, y'all, I don't know. I'm trying to spend less. I'm trying not to buy decks. One deck that's coming in will actually replace 2 decks from my collection. So 2 decks will be coming out when I get this one-ish. I'll talk about that when I get it. But I don't know, guys. I'm trying here. I'm trying. I love the art and I love aesthetics and I love the thoughts of using all these decks for different times of year, different reasons, different feelings, different, I don't know, sensation, if that's I don't know. But that's it. I'm going to stop rambling. So this is January, and I really hope that you enjoy these videos. I kind of just feel like it's more of a rambling for me, and it's just a chance to connect with some fellow tarot tubers and let you know what I've done in the previous month. So that's that, and I will see you. I don't know what's happening for the month of February with videos, but I'm sure I'll see you somewhere in there. So enjoy February, enjoy the rest of your day, whenever you're seeing this, your evening, whatever the case may be, and I will catch you another time.